Hello, welcome to our new channel, Narrowboat Nostalgia. My name is Kevin Greenhall, and this is Janet, my wife of 54 years.
Hi.
We're both now in our 70s, and we've designed this channel basically for you to determine whether it is actually sensible to move from a house to a narrowboat. This is our story. Many of you will relate to this because at the end of the day, changes of circumstances at any time in life, but particularly in later life, will determine what it is you want to do. We had a Tupperware gym palace, is what we called it, which was a 27-foot Nauticus on the Canals back in
1980s.
1980s.
80s.
Oh, a long time ago, 1980s. And it was a long time ago. In fact, the children, we have Mark, Matthew and Melissa. And Mark was around about 10 years old. Matthew was 6, 7? No, he's only 2 years younger than 8. And Melissa was 5. 3.
Ish.
God, we don't even know our own children, never know. Anyway, Mark, who was the eldest, took to driving Blue Jay, which was what the 27-foot Nauticus was called. We used it for the weekends and for short holidays as well. But Mark would drive it whenever he could, and he was excellent at getting it into locks, driving it down the side of the canals, and avoiding other boats, etc. He was extremely good at it. Matthew, however, was more inclined to spend all his time inside the cabin playing on his video games.
True.
Yeah, and Melissa, well, she just looked pretty wherever she went, whatever she did.
She did.
Yeah, we actually got rid of that boat. It was moored down by on the northern Stratford Canal, down by Lapworth Flight. That's right, yeah. But Mark basically got too big for the boat and outgrew the bunks, so we sold it and moved on to other things. We often talked about going to Fradley and other places because we are attracted to water. Yeah.
Why not? It's beautiful.
Well, exactly, yeah. But anyway, we'd go down to Fradley anyway, wouldn't we? And we'd look at the boats.
Narrowboats.
Narrowboats? Any long boats?
Long boats.
Any boats?
All boats.
All boats coming through the locks. Any boats? Yeah, we just watch any boats coming through. We were just goon guzzlers, they're called, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, our main consideration, obviously, was how one would downsize from a 6-bedroomed house to get all your belongings into a 60-foot tube. That wasn't going to happen, was it, really? But anyway, fortunately, the children had all flown the nest by that time. They'd all got married. They presented us collectively with 6 wonderful grandchildren.
Fabulous.
Yeah. But when we came to actually move, we found out that they hadn't actually flown the nest. The 2 lofts that we had upstairs were full of their belongings. Of course, when we offered it to them, they didn't want it, so we'd actually been storing it for many years for no avail. To no avail. Yeah, anyway, there we go. So once we decided that we were going to downsize from the house to a 60-foot tube, we were off hunting for our 60-foot tube. We actually located, I looked at many, and we found one that basically fitted my wife's criteria.
2 toilets, 2 bathrooms, and as much seating area as possible, plus a conservatory on the front.
Plus a conservatory with a view, as you can see. A wonderful view. Get my hand out of the way. There you go. Look, what a view. So the hunt was on, and in October 2019, we found a boat down by Crick. We had it surveyed in February the 4th, 2020.
We actually found it in January 20.
Oh, right.
Surveyed in February 20.
We made an offer on it. It passed the survey. We made an offer on it. It was accepted, and they did us great at the marina down there, because we were told we needed to get to Street A and to our local marina fairly quickly, on the basis that they were going to be shutting the canals because of COVID. So apart from my concern about trying to travel on a new boat, new to me obviously, through 30 odd locks and so forth, wasn't filling me with a great deal of confidence, excitement, or anything else. That's right. So the marina down there suggested we actually put it on a lorry and drove it up, not us personally, but the lorry driver would drive it up to a local yard at Street A, and we could have it craned off. We got in touch with Street A, and they told us that if we could get it there by February the 7th, they had a big crane coming in to lift some other boat either in or out of the water, and if we could get our boat there as well, then we could halve the cost with the other owner of the boat, which proved to be very successful. So we had to have it, we had it surveyed in February the 4th, it passed, and it was on they'd arranged everything for us, and it was on the lorry on February the 7th on its way to Street A. So when we got to Street A, they unloaded it by crane so that we could then, on, I don't know what day it was a few days later, wasn't it?
The day after.
Yeah, the day after, that we could actually get on the boat and start driving it up to the local marina here. We had to go through Fradley once again, and there is also a video which we'll also show you of us driving into Fradley Junction.
Hello! Hey, Grandad. Hello.
Hi. Yeah.
You having fun?
We had a brilliant time.
Yeah.
Are you on the boat?
Hey, Grandad.
Hello.
Wowee.
Are we?
Say hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi. On boat. On boat.
So that's us, and we'll obviously, this is number 1 video, but we've got other videos to show you as well. In fact, we've got a whole host of them which might well be of interest. Some of the, yes, hopefully, yeah. Either that or the channel won't survive. So please do subscribe to this channel so that you do get all of our wondrous takings further on. There'll be a mixture. There's some which are based on what we had to do to the boat. Others will show you the boat in motion, and what we had to do and what we've done since, because we've been on this marina now for 6 years. I was very concerned, obviously, about us moving onto a boat, particularly for my wife, who's you reckoned you were claustrophobic, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So whether we'd actually get used to being in a small confined space, whether she'd still love me being in a small confined space. So all of those things we had to take into consideration. But all I can say is we've lasted 6 years.
Yeah.
In fact, this is our 7th. We've gone through 6 winters. There's lots to show you about winter life on a narrowboat, because lots of you will be considering whether it's good for you, whether it's not good for you. You'll have the wondrous conversations with other boaters as to, is it cold in the winter? You know, do you freeze? What happens when the canal and this here freezes over in the winter? Not for many days generally, but it's just a sheet of ice, basically. Not a flower over. It's just a sheet of ice. So those sort of things will show you how to light a fire on the boat, generally in a fireplace. Unless my wife left the oven on again.
Cheeky.
Which is hilarious because every time we have a meal, I have to say, have you turned the gas off?
I think-
Have you turned the gas off?
You said enough.
I've said enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Time to go.
Yes, I think so.
It's time to go. Speak to you again later.